Hey, good morning, YouTube. My name is Kenny. Thank you for checking out the channel. Today's video, what we're going to be doing is getting the front wheels taken off my wife's Subaru Impreza. We're going to be getting the calipers off. We're going to get those blasted, powder coated, red, as well as we're going to be changing up the rotors. And we're going to get all that done in this video. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. This channel is all about customizing and doing things on your own. So I work on quads, I work on my four-wheelers, I work on my cars. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, just follow along. If you're interested in what's going on with this Impreza, go ahead and check this video out. If not, you'll be seeing some quad stuff here in the next few weeks. All right, everyone. So it's been a while since I've done a video on this, but this is my wife's Subaru Impreza Sport. Great little car, as you see up front. What we've done is we did do a projector retrofit on that. I'll be linking that video down into the description section. And we had put some bi-xenon projectors in the front, G5R projectors, as well as some mini HB. So the high beams on this thing have HIDs and LEDs, and it is crazy bright. Windows tinted. We got some nice rain guards put on there. We did upgrade to some 18-inch rims. It came with 18-inch rims, but we decided to change them up a little bit. I did smoke tail lights a little bit on this thing. We do have a 12-inch kicker in the back. It's not ideal for this vehicle. So one of the things is with Subaru, I am going to have to change something up. I'm not really sure what it is. The bass and the volume are independent. So when I turn the volume up, it'll be all volume, but when I turn the bass up, it's all bass. When I have bass and volume up together and it sounds good, that's great. I turn it down and I'm like, okay, I got the volume turned down, then you can still hear do-do-do-do-do-do. Even when you turn the radio like it almost off, you can still hear the radio through the sub coming in the background. So which is something that I have to work on. But we're gonna go ahead and just get this thing pulled around the back and get the side jacked up. It's gonna be a kind of a day process for me because I don't have a way to take all the tires off at one point in time. I mean, I guess I do. I can put this thing up on blocks, but yeah, we'll discover that. We'll go here from that. My wife gets these crazy freaking coffee. It's kind of weird, but all right. So this is going to be another wonderful reason that I'm going to be having a shop back here. So right now I don't. So I got to do this outside and going to make sure it's going to be somewhere that I can just at least be out of a little bit of sun, but in a little bit of sun if it comes out. All right, shop's gonna be right there, 24 by 40, and yes. I don't know if y'all can see my breath or not, but yesterday it was like 74 degrees. The day before that, it was like 78. Freaking was on fire at my son's football championship. They won, boom, boom, boom. But today, freaking gonna be a high of like 53. I mean, the weather is kind of getting changed up. It is November, like 10th. I do know I've been out hunting and I've gotten snow, so I might go ahead and switch and put the winter treads on here. We'll discuss that here in a bit, or I'll decide on that here in a bit. In this video, the decision is gonna be made by me texting my wife and seeing what she wants. I mean, either do it now or do it in 3 weeks. Might as well do it now while the tires are off. But underneath here, I do have a block of wood just to make sure I don't crush nothing underneath the side, but it has both tires, front and rear, suspended in the air. So I'll be able to take both tires off of this, take the calipers and the rotors and everything off of this, and then do one side at a time, which is going to save me a little bit. But you ought to understand is that when you do the calipers, that's what's going to take the most time. The freaking calipers have to be soaked in some acetone to clean the brake fluid all out of it. Then you have to cook them. I'm going to cook them at like 400 degrees to make sure I burn all the oil off of them because I want them to be, you know, as clean as possible. Somewhere in there, sandblasting has to happen, and then you have to plug everything up, and then I'm going to have to cook it for a total of maybe about an hour. The curing time is only 15 minutes, but what I do is I color it, 5 minutes, let it bake on there, let it gel out, put another color coat on there, let it gel out, put clear, let it gel out. All that is in and out, in and out, and out. So that might take 2-3 hours to get this side done. So I'm going to let you all know, kind of what time I got put in here. And we'll talk about that at the very end. But let's go ahead and get these tires right here off. I'll go get the rotor kit out of the house, and then we'll discuss why I decided to go this route. Okay, so on my Impreza, I took the caps off, just took an Allen. It's gonna sit that there nice and neat. Don't slam it or throw it, you'll tear your stuff up. We have a special key for these. Make sure you keep that in your car and you don't lose it. Go ahead and lift this back up. Wheels are off, machine suspended. Front caliper is going to come off first. Should be a total of just 4 bolts that we got to take off of this thing. 2 that's going to hold the caliper on, and 2 that's going to hold the caliper mount on. All that's going to get blasted and powder coated. Let's get close. So I'm not sure if we all can see it. Right here, we're going to run, I think this is a 14. Top and bottom 14. Two bolts are out. Let's wiggle the caliper just a little bit. I usually pull it forward with my body weight. Then it should just kick out the bottom. And there we go. Caliper's good. You don't usually want to let it hang, so I sit it in there. I replaced the pads recently when I replaced these rotors, so my pads are good. $17mm with a small spacer. This flexible head is amazing. All right, so this will come apart. We'll take off everything that we can. These rubber bushings and things have to come out, but this is going to get powder coated and going to be looking pristine here in a bit. Now after, this rotor should come off. Now these rotors, as I stated, within like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I replaced them. I got them from Advance Auto and they suck. And the reason I say they suck is 2 days or within the first week, we were shaking again. Now this car has 70,000 miles on it, 60,000 miles on it now. Have had the stock rotors on there. It took that long to warp. Now all of a sudden in 3 days, these are warped. Now we do know, don't get them hot, don't hit the brakes, but it is a Subaru Impreza Sport. It's not like we're towing a daggone semi or anything like that. So we're gonna put something higher quality, a lot higher quality than this on there. Same parts. I'm in the shadow, but other one's off. All right, everyone, so we have a lot done. We have our calipers and our caliper brackets sitting right here behind us. Everything looks good. So what we've done was decided to go ahead, get these things blasted, got them cooked off in the oven. So I had the gas out for about 45 minutes at about 450, I think 500 degrees is what I put it at. But we're gonna just get up close and let you all see what I've taped off, what I haven't taped off, and what we're gonna be doing here in a minute. All right, so here we are with the rear mount. You see we have tape right there, so it's going to keep it from going into that hole and where the drum comes out. And also we have this plug field, and that's just the line that goes in. And on the opposite side, the bleeder has been plugged as well. Up here on this one, we did thread the regular bolts all the way through. And then this one wouldn't go through as easy hand tightening, so I went ahead and just put a plug on the back side just to make sure we kept all the threads good. One over there, same scenario, but I have these valve stems that I just have to plug those. Now, every coat, those are going to come out and go back in, as well as we have this whole area here taped off as well. And we have the line and the plug both capped. So let's get some powder on them. I mean, the powder is on and these things look amazing. First coat, I might just do one coat, but yeah, we're gonna go right here to like this bolt and you'll just unscrew it out. And you'll see the threads be amazing. You just gotta take your time in there. Understand it wants to move. There we go. A few more to do and then we'll come back. The magic happens again. So here we are. Man, look how vivid this is. All that threads, all that looks pristine, all that looks great there. I did touch it right there, but I'm not stressed over that because that's the rear side. Here, same thing, got a little touch there, but that's gonna be underneath the rubber boot. This one, didn't have to touch. So in the oven we go. Gonna give them a good 5 or 10 minutes at their 400 degrees and see how they're gonna look. All right, everyone, so it's time to reassemble these parts. As you see, we have one mount laying right back there. One of the things that I love about powder absolutely is this. This is 30 minutes or 40 minutes after it's come out of the oven. It is ready to use, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and show you the rotors that we're gonna be putting on. And then the last step, we're just gonna show you this all complete. All right, so the rotors that we're gonna use are slotted and cross drilled. They're heavy. And they came from R1 Concept. So they're kind of a step up, in my opinion, from the Power Stop. As you see, the one sitting right there already on it. We already got that one side on. You just gotta make sure you have the fin facing in the right direction. So you want it to kind of spin like a fan blade, not the opposite way. So the slants need to be going forward, not digging backwards. So we're gonna go ahead and get those installed, get the new caliper on, and I'm gonna show you when it's all done. Everything goes on in the reverse process. So I'm not gonna go through all that, putting it all back on. You saw me take it all apart. No need to see me all put it back on, and we're gonna get it done here soon. All right, everyone, so here we are. We're out here. We're gonna take a good look at the Subaru. But the one thing is, we're at the next day, as you see how sunny it is. Crazy in my eyes. But the thing is that doing this project and doing this did not take me one whole day. It took me like one whole business day, kind of like 8 hours. Reason being is because I had a little issue with my sandblasting pressure thing, the pressure blaster. The problem was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I was thinking maybe I should add a little bit more heavier grit media in there to help me out. Clog after clog after clog after clog. Well, that's fine, but then you got to get all that media out. So then I had to strain it through a screen, put it back in the hopper. Did a well, clog again. Strain it, just keep straining until finally it was good. This side gave me some problems because of all the straining and all the media, which took me an extra hour and a half. The other side I didn't have any problem with. But we got this all done, as you see. I think it looks absolutely wonderful. I drove it down the road. It was absolutely great. Because I wanted to do this cheap as possible, I did not buy any extra tools like the bleeding tool that you need to use to bleed your brakes. So I did have my son come out and help me. And it was that 1, 2, 3 hold, and then you loosen and unloosen, and then 1, 2, 3 hold. Get that whole process done. It took about 20 minutes with my son, and he's 11 years old. And it definitely was something that I wanted to do with him. But let's just go ahead and get up close and be done with this. And one more thing that took this all long. Freaking daylight savings time. I'm out here in West Virginia, and that ruins every freaking thing. I mean, at 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's starting to get dark outside, and as you see, I do not have a garage. Once my shop is done, I'll be able to do things like this in there, and it won't take me as long. For one, I won't be frozen solid trying to get this stuff done, and for two, I'll be able to have light, consistent lighting when I'm doing these things. But that's one of the little hiccups. It took me a little while in the media and daylight, but I did get this done yesterday, but it was just too dark to get some footage of it. So it looks wonderful in my opinion. I did not wash the car or anything, so it is a little bit dusty, but as you see, it's smooth as freaking butter, man. And we got the freaking red on there. I mean, it stands out. It looks really good. My wife really likes the look of it as well. Impreza Sport 17. Same thing. Just make sure your fins and things are just going the right way. You see how the lines are going so they turn that way instead of being like the other way. You got the projector retrofit, as I stated. All that will be linked down here in the description section to what I use and the quality products that I use for that. Looks real good. All right, everyone, thank you for checking out this video. As I stated, hit that like button and subscribe. Something a little bit different than the quads that I normally do. But if you want to see the retrofit right here, it's going to be linked down in the description section as well as right there.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they want to go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine.